All right, quick public service announcement. You may have noticed our Twitter account has been suspended. What the hell are you doing, Twitter? Sort that out right now. But we have not blocked you. I promise you. Some people have been messaging us like, why you blocked me on Twitter? Why you blocked me on Twitter? I've been a fan for 5 years, blah, blah, blah. I promise you, we haven't blocked you. We've been suspended. And on that note, we want you to help us try something. We're going to try and make Full-Time Devils trend on Twitter while our account's suspended. So head over to Twitter, at FullTimeDEVILS, at Twitter, #FreeFTD, #FullTimeDEVILS, and let's get it trending. Hi guys, welcome to FullTimeDEVILS. I am Adam McKola. I'm outside Old Trafford. I'm absolutely freezing, but I'm smiling today because Manchester United won, and that's what we come here for, to see the boys, to sing them along, and of course, hopefully to see them win too. And Manchester United got the win today, and we're going through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and we're going to Wembley. Now, I don't particularly agree with the fact that the semi-finals are at Wembley, but I cannot wait for that trip to Wembley. We're starting to get used to these trips, innit? Considering we're absolutely rubbish. Apparently, anyway. This week has been so up and down. It's been a roller coaster. It reminds me of the last 3 or 4 years at United. We beat Liverpool last week, then we get dumped out of the Champions League against Seville midweek, and now we're going through to a semi-final at Wembley. It's just such a range of emotions. And had we beaten Sevilla midweek, we would have been absolutely bouncing today. But nevertheless, we're still bouncing. I mean, did you see the Al stand? Well done to whether it's Stretford End Flags, Manchester United Supporters Trust, and the fans that were involved in arranging the temporary United home away end, I'm going to call it today, because it was absolutely bouncing there in that corner, and I hope the club continue to do it more and more so often. If you want to see more of that, check out my vlog, because I've made a vlog of it as well on my channel. But nevertheless, fan cams, fan reaction. We've been talking to the fans here outside Old Trafford, and everyone's happy with the fact that we're going to the semi-final. But you can tell they can't quite shake off that defeat against Sevilla. It's going to take a while to lose that feeling of that defeat against Sevilla, because it was such a shock and it was such a surprise to everybody. But nevertheless, today we came out and we got the result. I was surprised to not see Pogba in the lineup. He didn't come on at all, even as a late sub. Him and Fellaini warmed up, but it was Fellaini who came on. I'd like to see Paul Pogba return to the team soon, and we need to get him fit, we need to get him ready, and we need to get him fighting match fit to sort that out. But apart from that, Matic, McTominay, Mata in the midfield, I thought those were our better players today. Those three and Romelu Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku was fantastic up top, worked very hard, and he was the one who got the first goal as well, because, I mean, the game was pretty even in the first half. Brighton had their possession, United had most of the possession, but we didn't really create any opportunities with it. I remember half an hour through the game looking at Dean and saying, have we had a shot yet? Because I couldn't remember a shot in anger, but we managed to get the goal through Romelu Lukaku. We popped up on the back post, and I think it was a Matic ball into the box. Romelu Lukaku on the back post, he sticks it in, and it's 1-0. We go into the second half, and the second half, I thought we came out in the second half, and the level of performance had dropped a little bit. It wasn't as good as it was in the first half, although in the first half it wasn't amazing. But you can understand that the players have probably got a little hangover from the last game against Sevilla, and they're probably still feeling that little disappointment. But I'll tell you something, the Al stand today, the United fans in that corner was absolutely bouncing. And if I was a player today turning up here at Old Trafford, I would have been turning up thinking, oh, I'm dreading this today. How are the fans going to react? And then you come out and it's 15 minutes before kickoff and the fans are absolutely bouncing, singing the manager's name. That's the kind of support we need here in it every single week. Because yes, we know we got to expect better from our team. Yes, we've got to expect better from the manager. But not only that, we need to be behind them as well. Those players, those manager, they need us behind them. It's both. It works both ways. So not only do we need them to perform, we need the manager to step up, but we need the fans to do that as well. And I thought the fans in that corner today were absolutely fantastic, and I'd like to see the club do that more often. Having said that, the performance itself, it wasn't amazing. It wasn't out of this world. We got the job done, though. And I mean, Brighton, who came here in the Premier League at Old Trafford and did pretty well, held us to a 1-0. It came through an own goal. Today, they did very well as well, because it was 0-0 for a long time. We get the 1-0 just before half-time, which I think was vital. And then in the second half, they kept it competitive. They had their own chances as well. Thankfully, Nemanja Matic pops up with the second goal. And I'd have to say, Nemanja Matic, was probably my man of the match today. I thought Scott McTominay was quality, and I thought the song that the United fans were singing for him was absolutely great. But I think McTominay or Matic for man of the match, but Matic probably picked mine with getting the goal, and I think he got the assist as well, although my memory isn't totally clear on that one. Chris is saying he did get the assist, so well done to Nemanja Matic, who gets my man of the match performance today. It wasn't a vintage performance by Manchester United, but we got the job done. We're going to Wembley, and we're still in the FA Cup. Manchester United, Tottenham, as it stands, Leicester and Chelsea, as it stands, Wigan and Southampton. Some big teams have been knocked out of this competition, and United are still in it, and United have a massive chance of lifting that trophy. Now, it won't be the one that we all wanted. Of course, we wanted the Premier League or the Champions League, but if we end this season second place with the FA Cup under our belts, it hasn't been a bad season. And I remember saying to someone earlier, like, we've won 3 trophies, potentially 4 if we lift the cup this season, in the last 4 seasons, when apparently we've been rubbish. Some fans never get to see that in their lifetimes. And now I know I'm an eternal optimist, but I tend to look on the bright side of life. We've got to keep going. United have to keep improving. Yes, we've only got the FA Cup to fight for, but we need to keep ticking over in the Premier League. We've got an international break now. Let's come back after that, ready to go and ready to keep this going and ready to keep the progression going until the end of the season. Because if we get second and we get the FA Cup, despite the fact we wouldn't have liked it in the Champions League, what happened there, it would have been an all right season. So we've got to keep going. We can't afford to tail off now. So we need to keep going until the end of the season now and after this international break. Nevertheless, guys, fan cams are up on the channel now. Make sure you're checking those out. And if you've seen the fan cams, you've seen my reaction and all that good stuff, go over to youtube.com/Adam McKola. I got a match day vlog and you can see all the scenes in that home away end that I was talking about. Anyway, I'm Adam McKola. I'm out of here.